Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Double Dog of Black Sheep Bravo coming at you with another episode of Beyond the Thin Blue Line with myself, the Double Dog. And with me, as always, is my co-host, the one, the only, the Doc. Doc, what's up, brother? Thanks for joining me once again.
Oh, no problem. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Cool, cool. Hey, I'm excited today, Doc. Today's show is all about the youth and the police working together, brother.
The youth, as in those little assholes that are running around that are going to be taking over the country in like 20 years.
That's exactly right, man. So, man, I appreciate all the wonderful comments and the what do you call it? The good comments and views that were made by the last show that I put up regarding the Big Brothers Big Sister Bigs in Blue program. Did you get a chance to check out that clip?
I did not.
All right, so we're going to be showing it today. But before we show that clip, like I said, I wanted to thank the viewers for their nice comments and views regarding the show that we did, partnering up with the Big Brothers Big Sister program. So what I want to do is I want to thank, her name is Maria Bahona. She's the director of the community-based department of the Big Brothers Big Sisters of New York. It's a wonderful organization, and it had a big impact on my two daughters' lives, Ashley and Ayana. They had big sisters, mentors, and guided them throughout, their high school. And now look at that. Ashley's graduating next month, and Ayana's in her first year of college. So it's very important that these kids have mentoring, especially with the police department. So I partnered up with Big Brothers Big Sister, and we came up with the Bigs in Blue program, where we go to a local school, IS 218. And what I did was I had the NCOs and the sector officers join me, and we collaborated.
What are NCOs, for those of us that
All right.
don't know?
I'm glad you mentioned what an NCO. NCO is a neighbor coordination officer. I did a show on that last time. Basically, this program was developed by the Commissioner O'Neill, and basically these NCO officers are these officers that you're going to be seeing on a certain neighborhood, and you're going to see them every day, so the community can interact with them and on a one-on-one basis. So this is what NCO program is all about, part of the neighborhood policing philosophy program that I spoke about a couple of shows back. So, and then when I say sector officers are these officers that cover a certain area of the precinct. And as I spoke about before, where in the precinct we have 5 sectors, A, B, C, D, E. So I picked out a sector and consisting of 2 officers, and they joined me as well. So we collaborated with the NCOs and the sector officers to become mentors to these young kids and give them a positive light of the police department. I mean, we so desperately need that. What do you think about that? Police and youth coming together. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts, Doc?
Oh, let's see. I think it's good, of course. I mean, some children don't have the sort of guides that they deserve, really. So I can see it being beneficial, but is it completely necessary? I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with it still, because it's just, if there's more good than that can be proven, that can become from it, I have no problem with it. But if it's just simply a waste of money and trying to save face,
right?
I think I could see it being a problem.
I hear you, and that's, like I said, that's why we welcome the viewers' opinions and to share their comments. So I just thought it was a great opportunity to do this with Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And as you're going to see on the clip shortly, that I actually, partnered up with one of the young gentlemen by the name of David. David has his dreams of becoming a U.S. Marine, and we connected.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to be his mentor throughout his high school process and getting ready for Marine Corps boot camp. And I look forward to going to his graduation at Parris Island, South Carolina, when he becomes a U.S. Marine. So if I impacted just one kid, then my goal has been accomplished. And David is doing very well in school. He's doing very well. He's getting good grades. He's focused. He's disciplined. And you know what? As long as David does good, one child, I'm a happy camper. So we have a brief clip of the Bigs in Blue program that was aired on WPIX. I wonder if you got that clip you could show what am I talking about, the Bigs in Blue program, Doc.
Let's do it. Let's
I
go
hope your
over
viewers
to
can hear it at
that
home too.
area right here. Okay, here we go. New Big Brother, Big Sisters, New York City Youth Mentoring Program links kids with police officers.
That's what it's all about.
All right, hopefully you guys can hear it. Again, this is a work in progress, so if you can't hear it, let us know, and we'll cut it off, so it's just not silence the 2.5 minutes that it is.
And you can log into the Black Sheep Bravo webpage, and we have it with sound. So while it's playing, I'll just talk a little bit about the program. You see, that's Detective Benitez, one of the NCOs. We were doing a scenario there. That's Detective Benitez doing a scenario. You see all the cops there. That's my friend David. We'll just let it play.
Is that your precinct, the 44th?
44th precinct, that's where I'm from. And that's David, who has dreams and aspirations of becoming a U.S. Marine. Those are our sector officers as well as our NCOs.
It's Bobby!
There I am, the devil dog himself. All right, Doc, whenever you want to end it, but that's the gist. That's me and David walking through the halls of the school. Hey, like I said, it's a wonderful, wonderful program, and I hope you viewers were able to hear it. If not, no big deal. Just log on to our webpage at Black Sheep Bravo, and you can be able to play the clip and hear it in its entirety. So that's what I'm talking about, Doc. Cops and kids, man. That's what it's all about.
Well, I could see that it already changed one person's mind, so I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm not on the fence anymore. I'm for this program.
You see, and that's what we do. That's what we do at Black Sheep.
Yeah, especially because of how, like, they even mentioned it, how negative the media views the police community as a whole. It's ridiculous. So
absolutely, and
programs like this can help kind of cut away at their, I don't know, validity, really.
Right. I mean, this is something that I'm so proud of doing. I love being a mentor to these kids, and this makes me proud to wear the uniform and being a New York City police officer. So I want to show the community, there's so many things we do for them, and I want to invite them to collaborate with us. So it's so vital to have these young men and women have mentors like police officers so they can see a different light. As we do at Black Sheep Bravo, Black Sheep Bravo is us veterans doing a show for veterans. So I'm trying to bring that side of the light to the kids with the NYPD. So I'm very proud of the Bigs in Blue program. Thanks, Maria, for letting me be on board with this. Thank those sector officers and those NCOs for taking part. And another thing, what we do, we have group discussions. As you see, we sit down in a group and we have scenarios. We help them with communication skills. We hear their goals, their dreams. So it's a wonderful program, and I can't stop speaking positively about it. Thank you, David, too. David, you're doing a good job. Continue what you're doing. I am your mentor, and I'm here for you all the way, even after you graduate Marine Corps boot camp. So another thing Maria. I want to talk. Yeah, Maria. Thank you, Maria. I want to also discuss, we have another program for the youth.
Really?
Every precinct in the 5 boroughs have what's called a youth officer. I don't know.
What are the 5 boroughs?
Oh, the 5 boroughs are the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Manhattan. Those are the 5 boroughs that we have in NYC. See, where you live at, what do you call your police department? Do you call them precincts? Do you call them constables, sheriffs? What do they do where you live at, Doc?
That's a great question because I don't even know. I know we have a sheriff's department, we have the county, we have the state, and we also have the local police. I don't know how they describe themselves. I have no idea. I'm not a cop.
So you viewers out there, chime in. Let me know what you guys got out there. So what we have in each precinct within the 5 boroughs of NYC, each precinct has what's called a youth officer. That youth officer is vital for the youth. Our youth officer in the 4-4 precinct, I'm going to give him a big shout out because he does great work with the kids. His name is Detective Roger Bennett. Detective Bennett is a great detective, and he runs the Explorer program, and he is our youth officer. We also have wonderful assistants to help him out. We have Officer Brito, Officer Espelot. They also work with the youth and the schools. Great cops. These are 2 women that help run the schools program. So hats off to Brito, hats off to Espelot and Detective Bennett. So just to let you know about the youth program, they do wonderful things. Again, mentoring these kids. So Detective Bennett does.
Seems to be a lot about mentoring around here.
That's what it's all about, mentoring. These kids, that's what they need, mentors. Because if you don't get them now at a young age, when they grow up, all they're going to see is negativity and bad vibes. So we need to have these mentors in their life, and that's something I love to do in my own time.
We have a great question here already. What ages are eligible?
Bring it. Ah, good question, Steve. So Detective Roger Bennett holds these meetings, and a lot of I ask people to just give me some time because I think it's up to 15 or 16, but I got to confer with Roger Bennett, and it's free at no cost. It's a free program. It doesn't take nothing to join the Youth Explorer program. Just have their moms or dads come in, fill out an application, and they can.
So if I wanted to do it because it looks like a lot of fun, I would not be eligible.
You will not be eligible, Doc. You're too old, brother.
But don't you see that as a problem? Like, what if this could change my mind?
For you, Doc, I just say log on to the Black Sheep Bravo and listen to us veterans talk about veterans. But this is specifically designed for the youth.
Ah, okay. Well, Maria says it is from 14 to 20.
Thank you, Maria. This is what I'm talking about, you see? From 14 to 20, great program. And let me tell you, it's at no cost. So these parents or guardians, it's free. It's
free babysitting. Come on, get on board.
Man, it's free. Join the program. And we have what's called, coming up, our Summer Youth Academy. This is a great program. Again, Summer Youth Academy.
We have a clarification here, though. The 14 to 20 was for the Explorer program.
The Explorer program, correct. Thank you, Maria. And like I said, she works with the youth. She works with the schools. She sees these kids every day. She knows what they're all about. And she does a wonderful job with her partner, Espelot. So, hey, my daughter, Ashley, as we all know her, in last year of college, she went to the Youth Police Academy. She had a great time.
Nice.
And as a matter of fact, hopefully she's not embarrassed by it, but I have a picture of her with then Commissioner Kelly graduating from the Youth Police Academy. There she is. Little Ashley with the police commissioner getting her certificate.
That's awesome. Good for her.
It was great. So they teach them, again, respect, dedication.
It's probably like 15 years later, but congratulations, Ashley.
Oh, let me tell you something. When I took her to the academy, she was like, Dad, what are you doing, Dad? But she had a great time, and it gave her confidence because she was a shy little girl. Let me tell you, it gave her the confidence, and it boosted her self-esteem. And look at her now as she's graduating next month from college. So if we have a video as well of the Summer Youth Academy, can we play it? It's pretty long, so we won't show all of it, but I want our viewers to see what the NYPD is all about with the Summer Youth Academy. Take it away, Don.
Yes. Okay, Steve had another question here. Our
What do you got,
co-dealer,
Steve?
for those of you that know, he's our #1 fan.
That's
all right,
it.
he asked, do they have a senior citizen program as well?
We see our crime prevention goes out. All right, Steve. Our crime prevention goes out and they visit our seniors, and they do lots of crime prevention issues that are related to the seniors. They give away these safety bags that has these bracelets that I also gave my mom one, and they help them with tips about scams. A lot of these people, IRS, they claim they're from IRS. They call these senior citizens, and these citizens don't know. They give them money So these crime prevention officers are vital. Officers Shala, Officers Melendez are our crime prevention officers, and they go out to these meetings and give safety tips to our senior citizens. But no, Steve, you don't have our senior citizens running around, and there's no academy for them. But we do help the seniors. We do help them a lot.
Although it would be entertaining to watch some 80-year-old grandpas and grandmas trying to climb ropes and stuff. That would be quite entertaining.
It will be entertaining.
All right, let's get to that video.
Go for it. I hope your viewers can see it. If you can't, log on to the web page and you'll be able to hear it in its entirety. What do we got, Doc? Show it up.
Okay, we have this NYPD Youth Police Academy highlights from 2017.
That's what's up. That's what it's all about. NYPD Youth Police Academy. I hope you.
We'll just do a minute or so because it's basically the same thing throughout, just showing different activities and such.
Right. Wonderful, wonderful program. Wonderful. You see the instructors.
Very upbeat music here.
Upbeat music. You see the kids. At first, they're a little intimidated. They're scared. But look at all the wonderful things they do with these kids. Wonderful. They have trips every Friday, physical fitness, games. Look at this. This is just great. I love, man, emotional. It gets me emotional to see these kids interacting with the cops, man. That's what it's all about. Look at that. Physical fitness.
What was that they were just doing? Was that like a gas chamber?
No, they were going to a scenario with the fire department, how to exit a burning building. We interact with fire department. Look at that.
A lot more entertaining.
Yeah, bro. No. Look at them watching a movie. Bus trips. Look at their little uniforms. Man, I tell you, Ashley benefited from that program, man. Bowling. So it's a long clip. You don't have to play it to in its entirety, Doc, but that's the gist of it. I encourage our viewers to log on to the NYPD website, type in Youth Police Academy. You can see it. It's about 5.5 minutes. See it in its entirety. You're going to see the youth connecting with the police. Man, that's what it's all about, man. Cops and kids, man. I keep telling people, you got to teach these kids positive views about the NYPD. Forget about what the negative stuff that they hear in the media.
But
you're right.
Law enforcement.
All the law enforcement throughout the country, man. I'm telling you.
I just wanted you to say law enforcement. I like how you say it.
You like law enforcement, huh?
No, I just like how you say it.
Oh, cool. That's what it's all about, brother. I mean, it just makes me proud to wear the uniform, proud to be part of a wonderful police department like the NYPD. We got great officers, so you'll never see on my show negative stuff that you hear in the media and the radio. It's all about positive views here about law enforcement in general. So that's a great program, and like I said, our youth officer, Detective Roger Bennett, each precinct has a youth officer. Inquire. Go to youth officer and tell them you want an application, or go online, fill out the application, get your kids enrolled.
Is there a specific website that people can go to look for this sort of stuff, or is it just like a Google search, like, hey, law enforcement, or I don't know? You
can actually type in www.nypd Youth Police Academy, and you get the website. And when you click it, you're going to see that video that you had. You're also going to see the application you can fill out and enroll your child in the Youth Police Academy.
What about for those people that don't live in New York City? Are non-residents eligible?
As long as, like I said, each precinct within the 5 boroughs, if they live in the, they got to live within the 4-4 precinct. But it's open to anyone.
A kid from Chicago that has aspirations to be a cop wants to join your program. You're going to tell him, no, you can't be with us.
We welcome all kids, and I hope in other cities they have what we have. I already told you, Doc, man, NYPD is the best. We have everything. So I'm hoping we can rub off on other police agencies, like where your neck of the woods. Hopefully you guys, your police department, your sheriff's office can have something like we have, the Youth Police Academy, just like the neighborhood policing philosophy. We have other police departments, other agencies coming to NYC to see how we do our NCO program, how our neighborhood policing philosophy works. And they take ideas like the LAPD or Chicago, or like you like how I say Chicago. They mimic how we run our police department. We're the best police department in the world, man.
We have another
What do you think about that together? What do we got? Well, Steve, what is it? What's the comment from Steve?
He wants to know what program he's eligible for.
Steve, oh my God. Steve, I tell you what you can do, Steve, is get involved with your precinct's community council. So when you get involved in the council, you can actually be on the board. You have to make a certain amount of meetings, and you can become eligible to become part of the board. He's a president, vice president, recording secretary, treasurer.
You guys do ride-alongs?
We do ride-along programs, man. That's right. Steve, if you want to do a ride-along program, go to your local precinct, fill out the application, see your local community affairs officer, get an application, fill it out, and you can do a ride-along program. Steve, we'll even give you a bulletproof vest.
I would imagine.
No gun, Steve, but you will have a bulletproof vest.
Oh,
we will give you one.
Son.
That's a great thing. That's another thing we do. We do ride-alongs. We have people from throughout the country, throughout the state. That's when you can have that guy from Chicago, LA, ADAs. They want to do ride-along programs.
He claims
Come
that
aboard.
his precinct is not that useful.
Oh, man.
What say you there, detective?
Okay, so I am not going to comment on his precinct because I'm not going to tell everyone where he lives at, but I can tell you and comment regarding the 4-4 precinct where the Devil Dog works. We have a wonderful program here with our community affairs. We have a great commanding officer, Inspector Matarazzo, and my precinct, hey, we work with the community. We have a great relationship with the community. So I cannot comment on where Steve resides because I'm not going to, let that out the bag and telling people where he lives at, where I live at. But I can tell you, Steve, in the 4-4 precinct, we work with the community. We offer great programs. But, Steve, don't be intimidated, brother. Go to your local precinct.
Ride along, Steve.
Get that
ride along
Steve.
And let us know how it went. We would like to hear your opinions.
Yes.
We also have another one here from Maria Brito.
All right, what's up, Maria?
He said that we also have the auxiliary program for older youths.
She's absolutely right. Man, Maria, you are on fire. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Of knowledge there.
She is wonderful. Thank you for joining us, Maria. So, yes, thank you for bringing that up. We have our auxiliary police department, and it's run by Officer Liz Guadalupe. The auxiliary program.
Does the auxiliary program do?
Let me tell you a little bit about the auxiliary program. The auxiliary program she's right, it's open to all ages, even adults, where it's basically citizens. It doesn't matter. Citizens from the community, for example, let's bring it up again. 4-4 precinct.
So if I had a 3-year-old child, I could send them off to this auxiliary program then?
Let's not get crazy, Doc. Negative.
Okay.
You have to be a certain age. I believe it 16 or 18. Maybe Maria can be my fact checker and give me the minimum age. But yes, you can join it's a volunteer thing, and they even go through an academy. They have a graduation, and it's citizens helping the police department. They're our eyes and ears of the street. They helped us with parades. They help us with setting up block parties, with events.
Oh, so they're informants.
They're great. No. Let's not get that confused. They wear uniforms like us, but their patches say NYPD Auxiliary. They don't they don't have weapons, but they have their radios. They have vests, obviously for protection, and they're wonderful, wonderful people that volunteer their time, and they help us out when we have things like the Puerto Rican Day Parade, or we have block parties, National Night Out. They help out. They set up. They come to our council meetings. That's great. You can also join Join the auxiliary police department, brother. You can always join, get involved in your community, man. So that was a good thing that Maria brought up. Yes, Stevie, and you can join your auxiliary. And for those of you that don't know it, Double Dog, yes, Double Dog buffed out, and he was a auxiliary police officer. Yes, I was. I admit it. I was an auxiliary police officer at the 40 precinct prior to becoming an NYPD officer.
Again, Maria's got our back here today. 17 years old to join the auxiliary program, so I can't send off my 3-year-old child if I have.
You can't send off your 3-year-old child. That Maria's gonna be our official fact checker, bro. Where's Linda? Well, Linda was the fact checker, so today's gonna be Maria.
She was. Maria's giving her a run for her money there. And Steve also said, does he get to keep the equipment or no? Or is it like a lease type thing?
Steve. If you're an auxiliary police officer, that is your equipment while you enrolled in the program. When you're no longer enrolled in the program, you give everything back. You got to give that uniform back. You get issued a straight baton. Yes, you do. And you're taught all this in the academy, but you give everything back. You know, you get a shield, like our shield. Well, different. I have a detective shield, but you know the regular NYPD shields, they do get a shield, and it's a star. It's a star shield, and it says NYPD Auxiliary. They get an ID card, just like the police, except it says auxiliary. So, Steve, you can walk around with your shield and look in the mirror and pretend you're a cop, man.
Oh, let's go. Okay. Mrs. Double Dog here said if Steve joins, she will join as well. What do you think of that?
No, I do not need Mrs. Double Dog patrolling the streets of my precinct. No. Mrs. Double Dog.
Do you think there's a conflict of interest here or something?
It's a big conflict of interest. Mrs. Double Dog, stop it. Stop it and just worry about your job and just coming home. I don't need you out there.
You know what? I'm in support of her aspirations. If she
oh my God!
Look
what she started. Look what she started, man. Man, oh man. You know what? She's her own person. I can't control her. You know, so if she joins, I don't know. All I can say is for that precinct that she joins, get ready. That's all I can say. Get ready.
Are you saying it's a busy precinct?
Negative. It's not a busy precinct, but Mrs. Double Dog she's a character. You know, that's all I can say. Mrs. Double Dog is a character. She's no nonsense. And that's as far as I go because I live with Mrs. Double Dog. I really can't say anything else.
Right.
But if she does join, I wish that precinct
very, very closely right now.
Exactly. So I'm going to watch what I say. Maria, help me out, man. You know, chime in.
Isn't there like some stipulation that wives of police officers can't be part of this program?
If not, I'm going to make that stipulation. I'll tell you that, man.
Well, okay.
So like I said, this show is about the youth. We do a lot, man. Like I said, the summer youth program is great. I told you Ashley is a graduate of the summer youth program. We do a lot with the youth. With the National Night Out, it happens all the time in August. We invite the youth. We have games. We have giveaways. It's just part of bringing the youth and the police together, which is so important. And I can tell you how proud I am of the NYPD to be coming up with these programs. Like I say, Doc, and the viewers out there, I invite you guys to comment. Tell me what your local precinct, your local sheriff's department have. What type of programs you guys have? Because I can go on and on about the NYPD, but I encourage the others. Like yours, Doc, you got to do your research. Tell me what your local police department has as far as youth mentoring.
But if, like, say for me, example, I didn't know that these programs existed. I mean, okay, I had an idea that they existed. I'm not totally living under a rock here, but for the average person, I could see that being a problem, because if you don't know if a thing exists, how are you going to know to look into it or look it up or research it?
Yes,
so that falls back onto the precinct or whatever people are holding these events to get the word out there, which I think that's where they're falling short.
Exactly. That's what is so important for NYPD, where I work at, to have a unit that's called the Community Affairs Unit, where I work at, because that's what we do outreach, and we get the word out there in community affairs, and we let the public know the wonderful things we have for them. And when we have our monthly council meetings, where we invite the general public to attend, you have myself and my partner, Detective Tejada, and we go up there and we speak about the programs that are coming up. So it's important to have community affairs in all law enforcement. So I want to see if other departments have a unit like community affairs, because it's so important for community affairs to give that outreach and give that outlet for these programs. So
Yeah, I was
you're
in the
right.
same boat as my dad. I thought these programs were scrapped a long time ago, mostly due to financial reasons. I mean, look at Illinois. I mean, Illinois is terribly in debt.
Yeah.
Not so much as like California, but no one cares about those West Coast bastards. Steve also had a good question as well.
Okay.
He asked if it can lead to a permanent position or permanent employment to the NYPD through,
Okay.
I imagine, the auxiliary program is what he's talking about.
All right, Steve. So we have regarding
Or
employment
is it
for the
easier to
NYPD.
get in? That too.
I will tell you this. We have another program we have is the cadet program, where you enroll in college and you work with the precincts in the NYPD while you was a college student. That program, the cadet program in the NYPD, leads to employment with the New York City Police Department. The auxiliary does not lead and does not guarantee you a spot in the police academy, but if you're interested in becoming a police officer, the auxiliary is great, because then you're going to see how the police patrol. You're going to be in a police vehicle. It says auxiliary, but you're going to be patrolling. You're going to get some experience of what it's like to be a police officer, but it does not lead to a job with the police department. But our cadet program, yes, it's a wonderful program. You get college credits, and just so you can know, Detective Bennett used to do that. And look, it led him into the police department at the 44 precinct, and now he runs a youth program. So yes, Steve, the cadet program leads into a job with the NYPD. The auxiliary does not basically guarantee you a spot, but it gives you the experience that you're it's required to become a New York City police officer.
Hey, that was a very, very thorough disclaimer. Thank you for that. I would also like to mention that in comparison, I was a junior ROTC cadet in high school, which that did not guarantee me a position in the military. However, it did help me out leaps and bounds when I was joining and going through boot camp and stuff, because I already knew what to expect, and I already had this background knowledge of events that we were doing. So it just made life in the military that much easier, because the more you know, the better off you're going to be.
Absolutely, and that's a great example of how that led you in your career in the military. And we all know boot camp, whether regardless if you're in the Navy, the Army, Air Force, Marines, boot camp is no joke, and you got to be prepared for it. You know, I prepared for Marine Corps boot camp, by the same thing. I went to my local recruiter, and I just followed them around, got into the program. So when boot camp came, it wasn't a shock to me. So, that's what we do in the NYPD. We have these auxiliaries, we have the cadets, the youth, the Explorer program. This is all, if these kids have these views and aspirations of becoming one of New York City's finest. So yeah, they definitely help. And what we do at Black Sheep Bravo, this is a veterans-based police, veterans-based organization, and we help other veterans cope with whatever they're dealing with, whether it's PTSD or life issues in general. So we're trying to bring that to our veterans. And now in the NYPD, I'm trying to incorporate Black Sheep Bravo with the NYPD to show that, we got a better light of the police and the kids. So, we hope that we can attract. So again, I'm going to remind everyone, if you like our show, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube page at Black Sheep Bravo. We need all the viewers we can, so please subscribe. We're trying to do our very best.
And also share the video as well.
Share the crap out of this video, man. We need to be out there.
Yes, sir.
We need to show these people what we're doing. What do you got, Steve?
He wants to know if the auxiliary officers drive unmarked vehicles.
No, Steve, they don't drive the unmarked vehicles. They do, however, got to get qualified to drive what we call an RMP, Radio Mobile Patrol Vehicle, and their police vehicles are labeled auxiliary, so they're not, so that people don't know, oh, they're regular police. But yeah, they drive NYPD vans and NYPD RMPs. Yeah, they do drive, but not unmarked. Unmarked is for police officers, but they get a taste of everything. You know, it's important. A lot of people, these auxiliary police officers, they're not getting paid, and but they're a vital part of the NYPD. Yeah, they volunteer, they don't get paid, but you know what? They're vital to us. They're our eyes and ears in the police department, and they assist. God forbid someone needs aid, they can render first aid. If they see something, they have their radios. They can radio to us to get to whatever emergencies there is. So it looks like Steve has an interest of being an auxiliary police officer.
Do it, Steve. He says thanks. Well, you're welcome.
That's what we do here at Black Sheep Bravo and
That is
Beyond the
what
Thin Blue
we
Line.
do. Oh, yes.
What else is he talking about?
He wants to know if there's any benefits besides just, I would imagine, just the glory of it.
That's what it is, man. The benefits is you're helping your community. You're getting involved with the community. You're helping your community. You're not gonna get a paycheck, Steve. You're not gonna get a paycheck.
Is he eligible to receive free gifts like donuts or coffee?
Donuts are included, Steve. Yes, donuts are included. And
I had to throw that one in there.
That was a good one. But those are the benefits. It's a rewarding experience. It's basically you getting involved in your community and helping the police, because hey, we could use all the help we got, we want, we need, and we welcome everyone to join the auxiliaries.
Okay. That leads me to a question, the donut thing. I'm genuinely curious. So, at your precinct, if you were to walk in there at any given time during the day, would there be a box of donuts somewhere in the precinct?
You know what? There probably will be. I'm not gonna lie, man. It won't be probably open for everyone to see.
But the stereotype is true, so therefore it is not a stereotype.
We do love our donuts, but us at the 4-4, we all into fitness. As you know, a couple of shows back, I showed you all about our new Sean McDonald Fitness Center that we have to encourage all of us to keep in shape. And as you know, Devil Dog is getting back in shape because I'm assisting other officers that want to fight in our smokers, and Mrs. Devil Dog don't want me to fight anymore. So, hey, I'm gonna assist, and while I'm assisting training with my trainer Lisa Rosado, I'm getting back in shape. I'm watching what I eat, and I'll give you guys progress reports at our Friday night roundtable show. I'll let you know my weight loss, but I'm getting back in shape. Yeah, sometimes we eat donuts, but 4-4, we're getting in shape. We got a great gym. So, hey, not all cops are fat, man. Come on.
Is there something that you prefer to donuts? Prefer more than donuts? Like, I don't know, a half a cantaloupe or something?
Oh.
Do you guys have any fresh fruit laying around?
Yeah, man. We got our a guy officer. He's our 4 to 12 delegate. And his name is Sal Mitchell, and he has a little thing where before we go to roll call and get their assignments, he has a little table set up with fruits and nuts and shakes, and he makes smoothies, healthy smoothies.
Does he bring in fried chicken as well?
No fried chicken, man. It's all health, brother. He has smoothies.
So does the auxiliary program have access to these resources?
Yes.
There you go, Steve. That's your benefit.
There you go, Steve. You could take part of getting those healthy shakes at the precinct. A lot of cops are into that, man. They're into these shakes, protein shakes, and you'd be surprised, man. And if you go to our new state-of-the-art police academy in Queens, we have a wonderful gym where if you are an active member of the service, it's free. Go to the police academy, take part of that, going to that gym. There's no membership fees, and you can get yourself in shape, man. So we have a lot. We have a lot.
Can get quite outrageous.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're a member of the service, you can go to the police department, police academy in Queens, the new police academy that we have. Go to the gym. We have a pool there. We have a gym there.
Do you play water polo?
You can if you want, man. The pool is big enough for that.
I don't even know how to play water polo. I think it would be fun to learn, though. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
It looks intense.
It does. You got to know how to swim, man.
Yeah. I seen one of the people that I served with played water polo, and he used his legs a lot to swim and keep his upper half of his body out of water, so his legs and calves were huge.
Right.
No homo.
Swimming was no joke. I know when I got into Marine Corps boot camp, dude, I didn't know how to swim. You know where I learned how to swim? I learned to swim at a local place called, it's called Bronxworks. That's where I learned how to swim. But it's a requirement as well. You have to go through swimming in the police academy as well.
I could see how that could be a requirement.
So we got any more comments? Who else is
yes,
watching?
Yes, we do. Mrs. Devil Dog said Lisa is the best.
Oh my God. Yeah. Lisa is like I said, Lisa's my boxing trainer. And man, Mrs. Devil Dog is always freaking busting my chops.
Is it because Lisa beats you up?
Yo, she does, man. She's no joke. She's a great trainer. And if I'm eating something,
to admit it.
Nah, man. If Mr. Double Dog sees me eating unhealthy, she'll start texting Lisa. So when I go to my training session, Lisa beats the crap out of me, man. But she's right. Lisa's wonderful. Now, when I dedicated the show for women's history, I actually showed a photo of me and my trainer with me holding the belt that I won at Masters Great Garden. Lisa is no joke. She's no joke. She's right. She's the best. I love her.
Okay. Vic says ride dolphins. Not really quite sure what that's in reference to, but go ahead and ride them.
Go ahead and ride them, man.
Oh,
and welcome
it could be
aboard.
the water polo thing. Ride dolphins so you don't have to do all the swimming.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And,
welcome, Vic, to the show.
Cubanek? I don't know how to say that. I am terribly sorry. But she says hi, guys, so hello.
We'll just call it Joy. Joy, thank you for being part of the Beyond the Thin Blue Line show with myself and the doc. The more viewers, the better.
If you can give us a pronunciation of that would be ideal, helpful. Thank you.
Yep. Welcome aboard, Joy. What we're talking about today is all about the youth, all about the relationships.
All about those young bastards.
All about the youth, man. The police and the youth coming together.
Those are not politically
The two
correct
youths. The two
to call them
youths.
the bastards anymore?
No, we can't do that no more, man. It's all about the youth coming together with the police department. I encourage you all to log into the the website so you can see the clip in its entirety about the Bigs in Blue program. So, like I said, I'm proud of that program. When I was asked by Maria to head that, I jumped at that opportunity because Big Brothers and Big Sisters made a big impact on my two girls' lives, and I am proud to mentor these young kids. And like I said, David, I got a hold of David, and David wants to be a U.S. Marine, man.
Very nice. And she said Joy is fine.
Well, there you go. Welcome aboard, Joy. So what else you got for us, Doc? What do you think about what's with you? Have you ever had to call the police for anything? And if you did, what was the response? What was your interaction? Or have you ever had an encounter with police? And if you have, how was it?
Let's see. Yes, I have had encounters with police, but not in like a negative way or anything.
Tell me about it, man.
It's more or less like I have a couple of cop friends as well, so it's not something unusual for me to interact with them. So they're just normal people.
That's right. You said exactly what David said. We're regular people doing a job. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to get at. People think, oh, you're a cop and you're above anyone. No, man, I'm a regular person. I told everyone, just call me Detective Bobby. That's it. I'm just a regular guy who happens to be in law enforcement, who happens to be a New York City detective. But hey, I do everything else. I got my kids. I'm a regular guy. I got my 3 dogs. I'm a regular guy, man. That's all it. I just happen to be in law enforcement. It's the profession I chose. So we're trying to, we don't want these kids being intimidated when they see the shield. Oh my God, no, we're regular people, man. That's why Big Brothers and Big Sisters is a wonderful organization, man.
I mean, I was pulled over a couple times. Once
There
in
you go.
California by a chip, goddamn motorcycle cop busted me going down the 15 freeway at 80 miles an hour.
Oh
So,
man,
yeah, he got me, and
that's
he gave
reckless.
me a ticket. He asked me if I knew where he was. I was like, no, I had no idea. I was paying attention to where I was going, but whatever.
Oh, you see,
Paid for the
we all had
ticket,
encounters
and
like that. I remember taking my little one Ayana to school at SUNY Cobleskill, and it was foggy, and I was driving, a little, a little bit
oh,
crazy, but I got pulled over, and out comes this big trooper with the hat, big guy, and he's like, you got a death wish there, brother. And I said, listen, I'm sorry, I was very polite. There's no need to give these people attitude, just be polite, cooperate. I was like, I'm very sorry, officer. I'm on my way to drop my daughter off at campus. There's a time limit where I got to be there. And just politeness goes a long way. And I'm sorry, officer, I was wrong. And he was like, you know what? Congratulations for your daughter going to college. Just be careful. It's foggy out here. And I was on my way. You don't have to tell them, I'm a cop or none of that. It's just politeness,
so I do have another story here.
Go for it. Bring it.
My dad just mentioned the comments, and it sparked my memory because I totally forgot about this because it was kind of a little bit of a negative experience, just because of the circumstances. But otherwise, let me just get into it. So I was visiting a friend's house in a neighborhood that is, let's see, not white. So.
Right.
And I was probably one of 2 white people in that neighborhood that night. And this was when I was in the military as well. I was home on leave, and my other friend was home on leave, so I went over there, and we were just visiting, catching up, bullshit, the usual,
Right.
this stuff. And as I was leaving the neighborhood, I got pulled over by the Cook County Sheriff's Office, and probably because I was white. I mean, that doesn't,
Gotcha.
you don't really hear that too often, but
Right.
that's really why they pulled me over, because most people that are going in there after midnight are looking for drugs and just up to no good in general.
Right.
But yeah, they asked me to get out of the car. They searched the
Wow.
car and everything. Yeah, it was quite intense. They had 4 squad cars there, just looking
Wow.
for something. I mean, yeah, I told them. So I was like, I don't have nothing. I don't have anything to hide. I mean, I was never really put in handcuffs or anything. I mean, because I didn't commit a crime yet,
Right.
or at all ever.
But you cooperated.
Yeah, I mean, I was just hanging back and chilling with one of the officers behind my car, and he was asking questions and stuff, and I'd answer them, of course, because why not? What do I have to lose? But yeah.
Was that like a drug-prone location? You think
Oh
that's
yes,
why?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots and lots of drugs coming out of that area.
Okay.
But,
So I
I mean,
can see
I
why they did that.
Yeah, I understand why they did it, but at the same time, it was quite bullshit, to be
I
honest.
hear you.
Yeah, I mean, there was no reason for it.
I hear you. That could be totally frustrating. You're not even doing anything wrong or doing anything illegal, and to be pulled over because, hey, here's this white guy in a neighborhood that's known for drugs. Maybe he's out to buy drugs. Maybe he's out to deal drugs. I can see how you could be frustrated in that.
Yep.
See, so where I work at in the South Bronx, it's ethnic. It's a lot of ethnic backgrounds. You name it, we have it in the 4-4 in the South Bronx. So, for example, the point you just brought up, when we have our events at Yankee Stadium, we have people coming from all over the place. So I'm gonna use that as an example. Hey, you know what? Here comes a white guy. You know, uh, after the game, has a little bit too much to drink or whatever. Maybe he didn't drink anything. So he goes after the game. He goes into the parts within my precinct that are not too, a little shady, where we have drug-prone locations. So here you go, the South Bronx. You see this white guy just walking around. Maybe he's just walking to his car, and I can see how he's being, being watched, being stopped. And a lot of times they be like, "Yo, what are you doing, man?" But you got to remember, we have Yankee Stadium there. People are coming to watch these games or these events. So I could see that. And yeah, I would be pissed off too if I'm walking around and here's these cops swarming. What are you doing in the neighborhood? Yeah, I could see how you could get
I was walking. I was
frustrated.
Driving, I was driving out, leaving. But anyways, at any rate, it's all good. I'm still here. I didn't get shot because I didn't do anything stupid.
You didn't go crazy. You're not on World Star going crazy with the police.
Right.
All I say is comply. Be cooperative. There's other avenues to take if you don't like the way you're being treated by law enforcement. You don't always got to act a fool, be on World Star and disrespect the police, because that's one thing I just can't stand, when you got people blatantly disrespecting the police. I mean, but like I said, you might be disrespecting the police one day, and the next day you're like, I need the police, and then we're God's gift to you, to the earth. So just comply with the police. Sorry about that experience you had. It happens.
No, it's all good.
But hey, Devil Dog won't do that to you, man. Devil Dog will never do that to you.
Good to know.
Yeah. So what are we coming up with? How long we been on the air there, Doc?
52 minutes.
All right, we're gonna start wrapping it up. We're gonna have our final thoughts, but before we have our final thoughts, I just want to make, again, this show was all about the police and the youth, the wonderful things that the NYPD does with the kids. Big Brothers Big Sisters, Big in Blue program. We have the auxiliary, the Youth Police Academy, the Explorer program, the Cadet program. We have so many programs we have for our youth here at the NYPD. I encourage you all to log into our BlackSheep Bravo page, where we're going to start putting up some of these programs. Subscribe to our show. I just ask, subscribe to our YouTube page. This is how we get out there. Subscribe to our YouTube page, like us on Facebook, send us your comment, email us at Black Sheep Bravo. This is what we need. And for these veterans that are out there, email us. Tell us, what do you want to hear? What do you want to hear on our roundtable show? We have so many shows. We have Monday Motivation with the Ogre Man on Mondays. We have Double O is going to have a new show, and I'll let him plug that on Tuesdays. Well, hopefully Wency gets on board with us. And, of course, we have Intrusive Thoughts with the Spaniard. Man, he's a funny dude when he has those clips. And, of course, we ended up with our Friday night roundtable show, where all of us veterans get together and talk about nonsense and making these veterans, putting a smile on these veterans' faces. So I'm going to give it to you, Doc. Doc, what is your final thought? What do you got?
A couple, actually. Because today is about youth, I'll go ahead and wrap my story about my encounter, my somewhat negative encounter with police, to my youth. If my parents didn't teach me the right way how to be a proper fucking human being, that could have been totally different and had a different outcome. So, thank you for that. And secondly, because it is all about the kids, and that's what you'll generally hear from anyone. I mean, you can't argue. I mean, it's kids. Come on. Because it is about the kids, that get them involved in a program. Not necessarily this program, but there's other programs available for children out there that are generally free in cost. That just benefit everyone involved. So, yeah. Get involved. That's all I got.
That's it. Couldn't have said it better myself. Get involved. That's probably a t-shirt we're going to have. Get involved. So I'm going to give my final thought. My final thought is a little bit about piggyback what you said. Yeah, it starts off at the home. It starts in the home, on how you're raised. Here you have it. Devil Dog was raised by a single mother, 6 kids, 3 girls, 3 boys, and raised in the South Bronx in the projects. And I keep telling people that because you were raised in poverty, in the projects, hey, you know what? I grew up on welfare. You know, I'm not ashamed to say it. My mom did whatever she could because, you know, hey, my dad was like the song is, Papa was a Rolling Stone. He was, man. He freaking went on his way, left my mom's and to raise 6 kids, and she did a wonderful job. None of us have criminal backgrounds, and it's because of those values that mom taught me I'm the person that I am today. So thank you, Mom, for doing a wonderful job in raising me as well as my other brothers and sisters. And like you said, get involved. These parents or guardians, you know, not everybody lives with mom and dad. I live with just with mom, and my daughters, they're fortunate to have both Mrs. Devil Dog and myself in their lives. So I encourage you all to look into your whatever programs. And like the doc said, it doesn't have to be with the NYPD. Any program. You go to your YMCA or whatever programs you have, get them involved, keep them busy. Don't keep them home locked up. You know, get them involved in the community. Let them do charity work. You know, go to your local VA hospital. Get them involved with visiting our veterans. So many of our veterans are there by themselves with no friends, no family, and get them involved with veteran-based organizations. And I can't end the show by saying my usual slogan. And Doc, what's my slogan again?
Wait. I just want to point out one thing. There's something in the background there that's over your right shoulder.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up,
yes.
Doc. So
can you go ahead and tell us what that is?
Yeah, so
and why you weren't there on Friday.
So I wasn't at the Friday night roundtable because I was accepting an award, which is right here, for excellence in police community affairs. Thank you for bringing that up, Doc. I want to thank Dee for hosting that wonderful event and for nominating me for this wonderful award. Myself and my partner, Detective Carmen Tejada, were the recipients of this award for our community-based work that we do with the NYPD. So, yeah. So thank you for bringing that up. I forgot all about this. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, no problem. It looks heavy. How heavy is it?
It is heavy, man. It is heavy.
Okay, so that means it's totally legit, too.
It's totally legit, man. I was so proud to receive this, man. And it's going to be right there in the man cave on top of my bar. So thank you for bringing that up, and congratulations to my partner as well, Detective Carmen Tejada, and all the recipients of that gala that we had. So I chimed him a few times, and I probably interrupted Ogre, I think, on the roundtable show. So
yeah, you interrupted him twice, and he got.
Yeah, I'm
really
sorry about that, Ogre. I'm sorry about that, Ogre. So, like I said, I want to end up by saying again, tune in tomorrow night with Monday Motivation with Ogre, and always check us out every Friday night for our Friday night roundtable show. And once again, thank you for bringing that up, Doc. Thank you for co-hosting with me. And I want to end up by saying my usual slogan. What is that slogan there, Doc?
Always wear your vest.
Always wear your vest, all my law enforcement personnel. So on behalf of Black Sheep Bravo and the Devil Dog, we're beyond the thin blue line with myself and my new co-host, the Devil Dog. We wish you a happy
Whoa, you call me the Devil
Sunday.
Dog. I'm the Doc.
I'm the Devil Dog. You're the Doc.
There we go.
Thank you for joining us. And we have a PSA about April 5th tomorrow. What we got to do with our taxes?
Oh, yeah, you got to get that shit done.
File your taxes, man. Don't be in debt with the IRS. This is the Devil Dog and the Doc wishing you all a safe and happy Sunday. Thank you all, and take care.